Hey guys, welcome back to For Potting's Sake. This is your girl Kim.
And I'm Kat, and we're happy you're here.
We're happy you're here. So, of course, as you can see, last week we had a continuation of the previous week's recording. So, this week we are back with you with some brand new, fresh topics to talk about. From stuff we posted on our Instagram to stuff we heard, over the past 2 weeks that, we're itching to talk about with you. So, let's get right into it.
Before that, don't mind my mic stand. I know Kim is real professional tonight. Guys, guys, I'm so sorry. Mine didn't get here.
So I know what we're used to is Kat has the topics because I don't know how she knows the things she knows, but I actually posted a question to my Instagram that someone sent to me. Actually, they were really curious about what we would think or what, other people would think. And I got responses, results, and I wanted to share those with you. So the question was, should every couple experience a threesome at least once? Before I share the results, Kat, I want to get your opinion on this. Like, do you think every couple should experience a threesome at least once? And why? Yes or no? Why did you choose that answer?
All right, so no, it's not even like, no, it's not for everybody, to be honest with you. This is the reason why. Let me say this. You can end up falling in love with the person you had a threesome with and leave your spouse. So it could happen that way. You know what I mean? Like, say, for instance, I have a threesome with Dick, and then I come home to my husband and like, I'm not feeling his dick anymore. I'm feeling Dick's dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be with Dick now. I'm like, shit, keep sleeping with him. And I'm feeling like, I don't want to be here. I want to go see Dick. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you risk that happening to you. You got to be really careful. It's a really thin line and you got to be careful. And I always say this, and maybe it's true for some relationships that you can have a threesome and it be okay. But for me, I would like to say, have a threesome when you're young, when you're exploring. And then after that, don't do it. Because you have to be really mature and secure in yourself to have a threesome and be like, it's okay.
Right.
You have to be secure with yourself, with your body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. And before I give my opinion, I'll share the results. So 63% of people said yes, that every couple should experience a threesome at least once. And 37% of people said no. Now, this might be shocking, but of the 63% of the people who said yes, about half of them were females. And so I know a lot of people are probably like, I'm pretty sure a lot of guys said yes. Honestly, a lot of females said yes. About 50% of those people who said yes were females. The people who said no, it was a combination of the two, including guys as well. So it was mostly girls who said no, or females, but guys said no. So of course I did follow up with the question, why do you think yes or no? So one response that I got was, I voted no because based on how solid the relationship is, there could be problems, which goes back to what you were saying, Kathy. And it says the man may go out trying to see the girl, like the girl that was brought into the relationship, or vice versa. Someone who voted yes said yes because of curiosity, I guess, for the experience. Someone else said it's not for everybody, so you can assume that person voted no. And another person said yes for experience.
But for the people who are actually here saying yes, do you mean you would want to experience or threesome with the person you're with now, who you're secure in a relationship and trying to build a future? Or you're saying that as in yes, as in past relationships, like people should have experienced a threesome sometime in their lives? Because if you're saying that, I could see that. I could see people being like, okay, I understand you wanting to have a threesome, go and have a threesome. But the older you get, you got to be careful. Because to be honest, it's a very thin line.
It's a thin line.
Having your husband forever and losing him. You know what I'm saying?
And what's also and I'm going to share my opinion. A threesome can be exciting. It can add spark. It can add something interesting to the relationship. But how solid is your relationship? Insecurities will come into play. Let's say you bring another female in to have sex with you and your husband, and you feel like your husband is spending more time with this female than you during sex is going to cause insecurities like, oh, why were you spending more time? The reality is this is new vagina. And not to say that he doesn't enjoy your vagina, but this is new vagina. Any man is, well, I don't want to say any man, but in this situation, he's going to be excited about the new vagina. He's going to want to spend time in that new vagina. Now, if that new vagina really, really gets him, he may want to go back to that new vagina. And it's possible he's going to do it behind your back. Because he's probably holding back when it's the three of you, because, you know, he's also probably considering your feelings. Now, he's going to want to fully experience this. That's my opinion. Now, if you know your relationship is secure, you guys have experienced a lot of things, you guys are exploring, and you feel like it's for you, then go for it. But I feel like it has a lot to do with the maturity of your relationship, to be honest.
But, you know, to be honest with you, new vagina is a hell of a thing. It's like a new baby in a household. It's like a new car smell. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to want to be like, oh my God, a new baby, a new car.
Right.
Because it's new. You know what I mean? It's new. So you got to be very careful with that, you know, who you invite into your bedroom. And sometimes we're talking about, and to be honest, I think we should have put this question out there also, because, and I don't know how people feel about this. It's there are new relationships nowadays. And this is something that I wanted to say, but let me just put it in here. So Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith have been coming out, saying a lot of things about their relationship lately. I don't know if you've seen it, talking about how Jada has been out here doing her stuff. Will has been out here doing his stuff. So this is what I'm saying, right? Would it be okay? Because we're talking about threesomes like it would be another girl. But would it be okay if it was another guy? And for the girls who actually, answered yes, is it that you want an ex girl or do you want another guy? Because we're assuming here that it's an ex girl, but what if it's another guy? Not everyone has the same sexual appetite that we would, you know, have to be like, oh, it's okay, it's the next girl. They probably want a next guy. So
yeah, so that's true. If you were to do a threesome with your person, if you're a female, would you want it to be another girl or another guy or a guy? Yeah. And I feel like that's where the conflict is going to come in, because I feel like a lot of the guys that said yes, they're with the mindset that it's going to be two females. But what if your girl says, I'm willing to do a threesome, but with another man? How many of you guys would be willing to do the threesome still?
Yeah, and to be honest, like me coming home and be like, hey, you know, so my husband, you know, honestly, I want to have a threesome. And he'd be like, hell yes, because he's mad excited. And I'm like, it's with Dick. Imagine me going missing. Like, and, you know.
And here comes the question. Oh, why him? Have you had sex with him before? Why did you just pick him so suddenly? Like,
imagine if he goes along with it and then Dick whips it out and it's arm's length. Then what? And he's over here.
Then more questions.
He's over here with his bumpy banana. Have y'all ever seen a bumpy banana? Let me insert a picture here with a regular banana versus a bumpy banana.
Let me insert a picture here.
I'm going to insert this picture right here. So a regular banana versus a bumpy banana. You know, bumpy bananas are small like this and regular bananas are like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying.
You mean the sweet banana, the one that?
Yes. Banana, the little. So what if my husband is a bumpy banana and Dick is a whole regular banana?
Or Dick is a plantain.
Exactly. Dick a plantain, and you know what's gonna happen? Like he's gonna be tight.
These are legit questions, and a lot of people don't want to touch on the topic because it's very sensitive. Yeah. But I feel like if you're ever going to do something like a threesome, it shouldn't be with let it be while you're experiencing, like you mentioned, when you're younger. Let it be while you're out there in the world experiencing stuff, not when I don't think in the early stages of a committed relationship, like for my husband and I don't believe it's something that should be done in the early stages of marriage or relationship that you're serious about, because it's going to cause insecurities. When you guys have been married or together for a long time, where you're just like, I really think we should try new things, and you trust your partner to know that, hey, this girl isn't going to go behind my back to see Dick or Jane after we've done this threesome is when you should try something like that, because people want to do things to keep their relationship spicy. They want to try new things, but try new things with each other first. Experience each other first, learn how to please each other in different ways before bringing somebody else in your relationship. Because at the end of the day, when you bring somebody in and he may just have sex with that girl or she may just have sex with that guy and that's it, for her to be truly pleased or for him to be truly pleased, you'll know that I'm the one who discovered how to do that. I'm the one who knows how to please him that way. So I feel like it's important to get to know each other's moods and everything first before bringing somebody else into the relationship.
And also, I want to say this because Kodack Black said something in the week, and he was saying, depending on who makes the most money in the household, they can. Did you see it? Send it to you. They can cheat, and it'll be okay. So this is what I want to say: the person who comes up with a threesome, is that person the person who makes the most money in the relationship? So I get to choose who it's with. It's with a guy or it's with a girl.
Because what he said was, if she makes more money, then she can cheat, no questions asked. So I guess that equivalents to if he makes more money, he can cheat.
That's what he was saying. I'm saying this. If I make more money, can I decide who comes in the relationship in terms of, is it an ex-man or an ex-woman?
Girl, it's beyond me. It's above my pay grade.
That's how Mary had a little lamb.
Right. Majority of the people said yes, you should have it in your relationship at least once. But which relationship are we talking about?
Yeah.
Which relationship?
And I don't know, because, these girls are out here looking really good in terms of body snatched and everything. And I'm walking around with a fupa. Like, no, you're not going to bring Jane in here with her body looking like a Barbie doll and my ass flat and my gut big looking like Bevolati. No, that's not going to happen. It's not going to work. And with Bevolati, she got more gut than she got body. Haven't you heard? Okay, let me tell you. It goes, Bevolati, she got more gut than she got body. Don't you guys know Bevolati? No. Bevolati is a diss. But yeah, like, seriously, I'm gonna be around here like Bevolati and she gonna come in here looking like Barbie. No.
I get to choose her if we're doing this.
That's what I'm saying too. What if he turns around? He's like, baby, I want to see you. I want to see you with your man. Now you see, because everybody gets off on different things. So he can actually come around and be like, hey, you said you're into this threesome thing. Like, I know people who have done threesomes with their friends and it's with a guy.
I don't know. I don't know how I would feel about that offer from my husband.
I don't know the girl. About it. I don't know the girl. I know the guy who did it with his friend to his friend's girl.
And and do you know what the aftermath of that was? Did they ever have any insecurities? Are they still good friends? Like, do you know anything about the follow-up?
Yeah, but I can't.
I mean, you can just tell us what happened. Are they still friends?
Hell no.
Yep. See? And is this as a result of the threesome and the insecurities that followed?
Yeah. It was during the threesome that this actually happened, though. They're no longer friends. So that's the girl. I knew it. The guys are cool, but the girl was there like, no, it's completely over. He was like done. So that's, I'm like, you got to be careful.
So this is a setup then, because why would you agree to have so I actually have a threesome with my friend. She agreed because I'm pretty sure trying to please him, and then he just decides to break up with her because, hey, you took my friend's dick.
No, not that reason. It went too far. It wasn't just.
So she was enjoying it too much. That nigga got jealous.
If you're gonna be moaning with me, I'm moaning with him. I'm like, what the?
You can't tell me how to enjoy something that feels good. That's unfair for you to say I'm enjoying it too much. That's unfair.
It's not just that, but sometimes people enjoy things way too much. Trust me. Enjoy them way too much. You give somebody an inch, they're gonna take a mile. Sometimes, even though sometimes you're enjoying something, you could be like, this is nice.
You can be low key with it.
Yeah, you ain't gotta be, this is nice, my God. I never felt nothing like this before. What is that? And I am here. Like, you kidding me?
Yeah, that's too far. Yeah.
That's far.
You enjoyed it too much.
Calm your ass down. You know what I'm saying? All right, but
Yeah, saying
also
some shit like that in front of your man. Oh, I've never had nothing like this with his friend, girl. Like, come on. Okay. Anyways.
anyway, so I was wondering this week, why do we celebrate the end of things but not the process?
Bro.
Like, yeah, we celebrate like, oh my God, it's amazing. We accomplished this or we accomplished that. But the process, going through the process to accomplish it, we're not realizing how amazing it is to do the little things.
Know how hard the process is. I wanted to get my bachelor's degree. Started my
Yeah.
bachelor's in Jamaica with my friends. Migrated from Jamaica, went to the United States. So of course my friends were still in Jamaica doing their bachelor's, finished their bachelor's, graduated. Guess who still had no bachelor's? That's okay. What I had was a strong will and determination. Transferred all my credits. I was like, all right, here you go. All right, I have an associate. I started my bachelor's, so get me the bachelor's program. Doop, doop, doom. They said, oh, your credits transferred here don't equivalent to an associate's degree. So you'll have to basically start over. This is the process. Now, how do I celebrate this? I'm excited to get into this. I'm going to get my bachelor's. And then here comes the process. So I have to start over doing my associate's degree. Fast forward, I get it done in a year and a half. I get dean's list. I get president's list. You know, I'm crushing this. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go straight into my bachelor's to get it done. I get pregnant with my son. I'm supposed to start school August. I found out in August I'm pregnant. And I'm just like, now what do I do? Well, I continued school. So I'm going to school for my entire basically first year because you're pregnant for 9 months. So an entire school year is 9 months. So for the entire first year, I'm pregnant and I'm going up the stairs like this. My professors laugh at me because I have a big old belly. And unfortunately, I had polyhydramnios, which is when you have too much amniotic fluid. So I was back and forth from the hospital, my doctor's office, to be continuously monitored to make sure that there wasn't like, it didn't give the baby brain damage and stuff like that. So I was in pain all the time. I was super tired because my belly was this big and I'm only 5'2". So you can imagine I'm just way back all the time, a lot of back pain. So I'm going to school. So this is still the process, guys. Going to school, being pregnant. I already have Taylor, a full-time mom, and I was working full-time. So on the road to trying to be better, it's just always so much. You never stop to realize that you can actually accomplish this regardless of the process. When you get to the end is when you realize that, geez, regardless of that process, I did this. And that's why it's so much easier for you to celebrate the outcome, because the process is usually just so much. Like, you don't take the time to stop and say, you know, oh, the process is fun. Usually it's not. So yeah, fast forward, I did get my bachelor's. I graduated with honors with the 2 kids, still working full time. And I am now in my field, which was the goal. So I celebrate being in my field. But when I look back at the process, I have to commend myself because it was a hard process. And so that's why it's so much easier to celebrate the end of something.
I completely agree with what you're saying, because sometimes you're going through it and you're like, damn, I'm going through it. Like, nothing's going right. In Jamaica, they say when it rains, it pours. That's what it feels. It's like when you're going through something, it's like every minute there's a next storm, there's a next problem that's coming up. It's like there's no end in sight, you know? But remember, guys, Winston Churchill once said, if you're going through hell, keep going.
Keep going. Keep going. So don't think that people who are achieving stuff or becoming successful, that they don't have a burden. They do. They're just wearing it well because they have this tunnel vision as to what it is that they're trying to achieve and what their goal is. You know, winning is hard and failing is hard. You have to choose your hard.
Choose your hard. Look at you. A word. A word from the book of Commission, chapter 1.
No, for real. Winning is hard and losing is hard. And you can take it from my example. Getting my bachelor's, it was hard. And sitting down without a bachelor's is also hard. What am I going to do? A minimum wage job forever? But I chose my hard, you know? So
next couple of months, they're going to pass by regardless of what. So choose what you want to have happen at the end. If you just keep getting up every single day, do an hour. I used to hate when my mom she would tell me, go study for an hour. But you don't really realize until at the end of it all when you're like, okay, I do know this in the test. Let me put it on the piece of paper. Based on us talking about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith and how they're now redefining relationships and so on. Like, listen, we're viewing marriage as what it is. It's not a fairy tale. It's a contract between two people who decide to spend their lives together, to be devoted to each other, to realize that I love you. You love me. We're each other's person. And let's make this work. Let's make this work for our family. Because a lot of relationships that I'm hearing nowadays, people aren't really into the, oh my God, I'm in love. They are so much more into, we have to make this work. We have to break all these generational curses and stuff that's, that's happening throughout our family and so on. We've been growing up without mom and dad. We want to make sure that our kids have mom and dad, and not so much as to be like, oh, I'm in love in this fairy tale. Is that something that you're looking at and be like, that is a smart move? Or you're thinking, sometimes it can be good and bad?
Sometimes it can be good and bad. If you feel like the situation that you're in with your person is something that you can work past, and break that generational curse, that's okay. But I wouldn't advise anyone to stay in a toxic relationship where they're being abused verbally, physically, and emotionally, any kind of way, because they want to break a generational curse. Now I'm gonna say, say for example, you're with your husband, you find out he cheats. I'm not saying cheating is okay, and everyone deals with cheating differently, but you consider it, you take your space, you consider everything. You're like, all right, he's a great guy with the kids. He provides. He cheated. I confronted him. I found out I confronted him. He apologized, and this has not happened since. And I want to make this work because I know no man is perfect. That's okay. And if you say he cheated, I can't do it, I can never trust him, that's also okay. But if you are in such,
but let me interject right here. If you say you can't do it, don't stay there and punish this man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't do that to him, because that's right. As much as he messed up, and I completely understand, like men mess up and they're awful. But anyway, so we move past that. You already cried, and we got past the fact that you cried and you decided that you're gonna stay. You can't punish him forever. You have to find it.
And by punish, I'm pretty sure she means don't bring up his mistakes forever. Yeah. And a lot of us are guilty of doing that. We say we've moved past it, but the slightest chance we get, here we are bringing up the things from 10 years ago.
Bitch, I know you ain't talking when
remember you did this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you find out what your spouse or person has done is something that you guys can work on and build on top of that, then I'd recommend it. But if your person is abusive, like they mess up, and then they want to play the victim. They want you to be the person bending backwards all the time, even though they messed up. They don't care to apologize. There's no remorse for what they've done. Leave, sis.
Earlier on this month, we saw Beyonce and Jay-Z. They did the advertisement for Tiffany & Co., right? Mm-hmm. And in that behind the scenes, Jay-Z put his hand out and he says, engage me, right? Mm-hmm. Also, earlier on this week, Porsha from Real Housewives, she bought an engagement ring for her man. Now, this is the question I'm going to ask.
I would never engage to a man. I would never. Honestly, I would not.
You didn't even give me a chance to be like,
finish the question.
It just came out. I would never engage a man.
Ask the question.
Sorry. Would you give a man an engagement ring?
No. I would not.
He already gave you a ring. Would you give him a ring now?
Porsha, so you mean like we're married?
No, Porsha isn't married. She's not married. She's engaged to him. So she's out here buying an engagement ring for him because she's engaged to him and they have to wait because of COVID to get, really history.
Okay, now that is different. If he's already engaged to me and I'm getting him a ring, like a promise ring, to show that even though we can't get married, I want you to know this is a commitment. This is real. I would get a ring because I've replaced my husband's wedding band. We got married with, I've replaced his wedding band. I went out there and I bought him a new wedding ring. Right?
Okay. And that's what I'm saying. That's what happened. Beyonce is already married to Jay-Z. We all
We're,
know
we're,
this.
I thought you meant we're dating and I really like you that much and I'm going to buy the ring and will you marry me?
No, really. So that's the next question I wanted to follow up with. Would you be the type of woman to you have been with a guy for 5, 6, 7 years and he hasn't proposed? Would you propose to your boyfriend?
No.
Why not? I mean, like, we can't just have specific gender roles.
Listen, some things are gender specific. I'm sorry, people may not agree with me, but it is natural for mothers to be nurturers. Okay. Females are nurturers regardless. And that's why it's so easy for us to forgive. It's natural for the man to be the protector. We do have women and men stepping up into these roles in our current generation because we're seeing where it's necessary in our families. But it doesn't mean that, okay, me and my husband are married. I'm going to go stand by the front door with the gun while he's inside with the kids. That's not how it works. He's probably going to be the one by the front door with the gun and I'm going to be inside with the kids because that is gender. That's how it's supposed to work. Now, if it's just me and my kids, I'm going to go to the front door with the gun. But in a relationship, no, he's supposed to, I don't care how in love we are.
Let me say this.
You see how passionate I am about this?
Let me say this though. If you roll up on me, I'm going to pull up at the door with the gun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's me, I'm going to do what I need to do.
How about if you...
We can go pick the ring together. I'll help you pay, but you're getting down on your knees and you're proposing. I am not. We're not going to be married. I'm sorry.
You could propose to your boyfriend on a leap year and it's completely okay. So guys, if you know you have your boyfriend and you guys been together for 8 years, propose to the man. Show him that,
This sounds like something you would do.
Hell no. If I propose to you, to be honest, if I propose to you, let's just say no, because I don't want people to hear me say
he's gonna be your bitch.
Period. He is
technically, yeah. That's just how I feel. How I feel.
If I gotta propose to my man girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? Because you have to be my man girlfriend. I don't know what else you are.
Yeah, and if we've been together for 7, 8 years and you have not thought, if we've talked about it and we're like, we don't want the titles, we don't want to get married, that's different. But if this is something I'm very into, I want to be a wife, and we've been together 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, even 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and you haven't thought, this girl has been there for me. I really think I want her, especially if I have your kids. Ugh. I really think that she should carry my last name. She's honored me in so many ways. I'm going to honor her by making her a wife. Then no, I don't even think I'm going to be with you that long unless it's an agreement between the two of us, like we're good this way. No.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't do that either. And, so, all right, there was a question. I think this girl named Danielle, I don't remember her exact Instagram handle, but she posted a question and she asked men, what do you want? Because a lot of times we're in relationships and we want so much, but like we never ask our partner, what do you want? What do you want from me as a woman, as a wife, as a girl, as whatever your little thought, whatever I am? What do you want? Like,
ask them the question.
Ask. Like,
and watch them describe a slave.
But to be honest, I was expecting that. I really was. And they surprised me and said flowers. Like, I checked most of those. It's true. I checked most of those answers that she kept posting, and people were like, can you please give me flowers one day? If it's not even flowers, give me something that shows you appreciate me. Something. Like, I go out, I carry you on dates, I do all this stuff, you get dressed up, but one day just show me that I mean that much. Give me a spa day. I wanted a spa day. They were like, give me something. But what do you feel about that? How do you feel?
No, I can agree to that. I honestly, and these are things that I do for my husband. I honestly feel that if a woman expects a man to treat her a certain type of way, you want to reciprocate the energy. I honestly believe in those responses. I bought my husband, a matter of fact, for his birthday one time. Well, I don't remember what the occasion was, but I actually bought my husband 100 white roses. It was this big ass bouquet that could not even. I was struggling. I got him 100 white roses. Mm-hmm. I believe for one of our anniversaries. I booked him spa days before. I booked him at the nail shop. I do things like that. I'll say let's go to dinner, and I'll offer to pay. Most of the times he covers the bill regardless, but I still do things. I'll get him random gifts. I'll go to the store. I get him a cologne,
Yeah.
a brand new watch. I know the kind of things he likes. So I'll just, it doesn't have to be an occasion. Like for example, one time I just bought him a gift, bought some food, went home, cooked, sent him to my sister's house, told him she needed help with something. And while he was gone, I cooked, I got pretty, I put a table outside, and we had dinner out there. You really have to do things like these for you, for your man. I'll run him a bubble bath. If he's sick, I'll make him tea. It's stuff like that. So even though they're supposed to be the protector, they, like I said, women are nurturers, and they do want to feel appreciated in those ways. And the more of those things you give to your man, you'll see that the more you get back.
But to be honest, in the beginning, I was really offended. I was like, nigga, you ain't getting no fucking roses. I'm not about to give your ass shit. But then I realized it's because my ass has been toxic fucking relationships with these assholes. And I haven't, so that's the reason I was thinking that way. But to be honest with you, when I was thinking over everything, I was like, probably they would like that. They would like roses. They would like to be like, I care about you and stuff like that. And society we're hard as women now. It makes us tough. Like we're not soft and like,
Yeah.
But listen to me, Neek. Listen to me, asshole. I want to be treated like a girl.
No,
a princess
they're not
in my relationship. And the reason I said a princess in my relationship is like, treat me good. Treat me good.
I want to be treated like a queen, of course.
Yes.
Listen, my husband tells me all the time. He said he'll say, and I don't have complaints, but he continuously says, "I just want to make sure you're okay. I just want to make sure you're okay." He never wants to hear me say, "I need." And you probably saw that snap I posted one time, like, "I'm not gonna stop spending your money."
Yeah,
you remember that? I said, "I'm not gonna stop spending your money." And he'll argue and say, "Don't spend my money," but he really enjoys when I spend his money because he's happy. And I don't. Baby, don't watch this part. But he's happy to know that he can provide for me in a certain way. If I want to order something, I can take his credit card and order it. And he's going to argue about it. But deep down, he argues like, "I told you not to use my credit card." But, and then he's good.
Gender roles for Valentine's Day. And what I mean by gender roles for Valentine's Day is, what do you think about you being the person to treat your man on Valentine's Day? Or is it just like, just give that day to us? Because as of late, I've been seeing men on Valentine's Day arguing that, oh, they don't celebrate Valentine's Day. That's the first thing they say, right? And then when they get with a girl or something, whatever, and she's like, oh, she celebrates Valentine's Day, then they're like bringing home stuff and whatever. And then after that, they're like, okay, well, I don't believe in me just giving you stuff for Valentine's Day or taking you out for dinner or buying you chocolate. No, I believe in you giving me stuff for Valentine's Day. I want to be treated. I want to feel like somebody, who's worth something.
It boils down to communication, in my opinion. Everybody's relationship is different.
Yeah.
Some guys want to get roses. I know I talk very fast, guys. I'm watching these podcasts each week and I'm just like, slow down, girl. I am trying. I've always talked fast. But it boils down to communication.
And I understand that, but you can't just say you get with a girl who likes to celebrate stuff like that and then come in the relationship talking about you ain't going to celebrate it because you're being cheap with your ass.
Right.
Stop it.
Right.
9 times out of 10, I think it's because they're being cheap.
But Kathy, and I don't mean to cut you off, I'm sorry, but roses are like, you can get roses from Publix or Walmart for like $10. Bruh. If you and your girl, that you're in a $5. If you're in a situation where you and your girl, that you don't have a lot of money to spare, so you can't take her to a fancy dinner, and you really appreciate your girl, my guy, go to Walmart, get some Ferrero Rocher chocolate, because they have the little packs. Get a stock of roses, because most of the times around this time of the year, you have those people walking on the street selling the little roses for like $3. If you take that home to your girl and both of you know your circumstance, I guarantee you she's going to appreciate it.
Exactly. I mean, like, come on. As you were saying, roses, $5. The chocolates, you could get $3. I mean, even if you don't want to do all that stuff, come home and cook for your girl. Bring her a card. I'm telling you, it goes a long way. This is why some of y'all going home, you know what I'm saying? And your girls are like the desert, dry. You ain't doing nothing for nobody, being cheap and an asshole. I'm just telling you that.
So you ain't get no whap, whap, whap.
Ain't no whap for y'all. Y'all getting
That's
the
true.
desert.
It's very important for y'all to communicate in your relationships about what the expectation is. And I feel like it's always important to go into the relationship setting those expectations. That's a very big thing that we forget to do, is to set expectations a lot of the times in the beginning. And so things continue to happen because people don't know what you expect. And I think it's very important to get to know yourself first, which is very hard to do because people are forever changing preferences. But get to know yourself so that because if you don't know what you want, it's hard for somebody else to know what you want. So don't be selfish to someone else trying to figure out yourself as complicated as you are.
Yeah.
So get to know yourself and really know what you want so you can tell somebody what you want. And it's a lot of people they don't tell their person what it is that they actually want. And so it's hard for them to know. I'll tell my husband, I want to go out to dinner on Valentine's Day. I want roses. And if I don't get what I want, I am going to throw a temper tantrum. That's the expectation. I'm going to throw a tantrum like a kid in a Walmart aisle. I'm not joking.
That needs to go on a shirt. Have you ever seen a badass kids in Walmart?
I'm going to, yes, that's my son.
Every time I see it, I feel so bad for the parents. I'm like,
it's my son. God. Sometimes I'm so embarrassed, guys. Like
you can see the embarrassment on the mom's face. They're like, looking around,
and then people are just like, "Oh, you don't home train your child, bitch." That's the hell I do.
He just doesn't care.
He just doesn't care. My son will be on his phone or his iPad, and I'm just like, "True, this is true." And that's me over there calling, "True, true, true, true legend, true girl." What true legend?
I hate laughing at it because I know if I do go and have a child, it's gonna be so bad because I always laugh at people and stuff like this. I'm always like, because it's so funny to me. Like, look
yeah, I was almost sure my son would never. My kids can't try that with me. I'm Jamaican. I'll pop their ass. Yeah, it's not enough props for my son.
These kids and my niece is the same thing to my sister. She goes, But the thing is, I always go rescue my niece. Whenever she starts acting like that, I lift her out the cart and I'm always like, all right, come on, let's go. But that's what being an aunt is like. You don't.
Grandma, help me.
Help me. Help. It's been so awful. They start screaming, telling people why. Like you're giving them help.
Embarrassing. They're really embarrassing. Most of the times I go out with my son, I'll have an entire day planned. And I'm probably out there for an hour, like, all right, let's call it quits. Let's go. I left the house on Sunday. I left the house. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to the hair store. I'm going to go to this grocery store to get aloe vera for my hair. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go to Walmart to grocery shop. Girl, I went to the hair store and back. Like, that was it. Like, just that 10 minutes in the hair store. And I was beat. Like, I went to the store for the aloe. And in the midst of me searching for the aloe, I was like, forget it. My hair don't need it. Let's go. I'm ready. It's okay. It's forget it. It's over. I'm done. Like, I'm out. Like, for real.
Oh my God. Oh gosh.
He was in his stroller and literally he slipped out the stroller like on the ground and the stroller was going over and he was lying down and I'm just like, why? And I just left. You know, guys, thanks for tuning in tonight. We appreciate you.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. How do I say this? Thank you so very much for all you guys. You are at 60 subscribers. We started with nothing, literally nothing. Yeah. So for us to be at 60 right now, thank you guys so very much. It might seem like a little bit, but it means a lot to us. So
it means a lot to us. This is huge for us. So, just continue to share, turn on the notification bell. Of course, we post every Friday. So, keep looking out. We're excited to actually have these discussions with you guys, to be honest. We enjoy the comments. We crack up every week reading these comments and replying to them. Every single comment, regardless of how petty, we're okay with it. Thanks for commenting. Yeah. We love all of you, of course. So follow us on Instagram at For Pot and Sake.
Yeah, guys. And if you have anything you want us to talk about, don't be afraid to just hit us up on Instagram. Send us a message or anything. We'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a problem with it, but thank you so very much. And we'll see you next week, right?
Bye.
Peace.